Long prompts have a hidden cost, the KV cache. Every token a model reads is stored as key and value vectors, and that memory grows with the prompt, slowing generation and filling the GPU. SnapKV is a training-free trick that compresses this cache before generation even starts. In this video, why the cache hurts, what SnapKV does, how it picks which tokens to keep, its architecture, how it compares to H2O and streaming LLM, the numbers, the code, and when to use it. First, the pain. A transformer caches a key and value vector for every token in the prompt, so it doesn't recompute them each step. That's fast, but the cache grows linearly with context length. Feed it a 100,000 token document and the KV cache can dwarf the model's weights in memory, throttle throughput, and cap how long a prompt you can serve. Long context is powerful, but the cache is the bottleneck. SnapKV, from a 2024 paper titled LLM Knows What You Are Looking For Before Generation, is a training-free compression method. The insight: you don't need to keep every prompt token's cache. Before a single word is generated, SnapKV predicts which prompt tokens generation will actually attend to, keeps just those key value pairs, and drops the rest. No retraining, no fine-tuning, it plugs into an existing model. So how does it know what to keep? SnapKV looks at an observation window, the last chunk of the prompt, say the final 32 tokens. It measures how strongly those recent tokens attend to all the earlier ones, and those attention scores reveal the important tokens. SnapKV pools and selects the top clusters per head, keeps their key value pairs plus the window itself, and drops everything else. Then generation runs on the small, compressed cache. Two design choices make it accurate. First, selection is per attention head. Each head keeps the tokens it cares about, not one shared global set, which is why SnapKV beats simpler methods. Second, it pools attention scores along the sequence, so it keeps clusters of neighboring tokens rather than scattered single ones, preserving whole phrases of context. The result is a compact cache that feeds normal decoding. How is this different from H2O, the well-known heavy hitter method? H2O works during decoding and scores tokens by cumulative global attention, so it doesn't cut the expensive per fill and can miss what a specific head needs. SnapKV compresses once, at per fill, uses per head pooled scores, and always keeps the recent window. At the same cache budget, SnapKV is typically more accurate and simpler to drop in. It helps to see the family together. Streaming LLM keeps the first few attention sync tokens plus a recent sliding window, content agnostic and simple. H2O keeps recent tokens plus global heavy hitters, chosen during decoding. SnapKV keeps the recent window plus per head clustered important tokens, chosen once at per fill. All three are training free and drop tokens permanently, but they differ in when and how they choose. The numbers are the selling point. On long context benchmarks, SnapKV reports up to 3.6 times faster decoding at 16,000 tokens, and up to 8.2 times less KV cache memory, while staying close to full cache accuracy on long bench. With those savings, the authors processed a 380,000 token context on a single 80 GB A100, with almost no drop on the needle in a haystack test. Where do the savings come from? A smaller cache means fewer key value vectors to store and, crucially, fewer to read on every decoding step, and decoding is memory bandwidth bound. Because SnapKV compresses once, before generation, that saving compounds across every token you produce. And since nothing is retrained, there's no training cost at all. You pay only a tiny one-time selection step at per fill. Where does SnapKV shine? Long document question answering, where the prompt is huge but only a few passages matter. Retrieval augmented generation with many stuffed chunks. Long context chat and summarization on tight GPU budgets. And needle in a haystack retrieval, where it keeps the crucial fact while dropping the filler. Anywhere prompts are long and memory is the limit, it is a cheap, immediate win. In practice, SnapKV ships as a small library that patches the attention layer. You call its replace function for your model, load the model as usual, then set a few config values, the observation window size, the maximum number of tokens to keep from the prompt, and the pooling type. From there you generate. Normally the compression happens automatically at per fill, with no change to your training. So, when should you reach for it? Use SnapKV when prompts are long, memory or throughput is the bottleneck, and you can't retrain the model. Think twice when prompts are short, since there's little to compress, or when the task truly needs every token, like exact full document recall. And if you must shrink memory without dropping any tokens at all, a KV cache quantization method may fit better. Let's recap. The KV cache grows with prompt length and becomes the bottleneck for long context. SnapKV compresses it before generation, training free, by using a recent observation window to predict which prompt tokens matter, then pooling and keeping the important ones per head. It reports up to 3.6 times faster decoding and 8.2 times less memory, near full accuracy. Reach for it on long prompts, skip it on short ones. That's SnapKV. The model already knows what it is looking for, so keep only that. Did this make KV cache compression click? Follow for plain English Gen AI breakdowns.